Hello everyone, I'm Jetnipith Sungwijit, lecturer of the Conservatory of Music, Langsit University, Thailand. Today, I will present the Blue Context article and Seek Loop for Small Jazz Ensemble article. The Blue Context article, this article aims to demonstrating the context relating to the concept of blue melody and harmony, including blue notes, central structure, chord progression, and lead action. The blues is the basic form of many genres influenced by Western music theory. It's developed into many genres and traditions, such as jazz, rock and roll, R&B, soul, and gospel. Its origin by pharaohs of today suffering from the European and American slave trading flourished. At the time, the African continent had subject to colonization, how many of its populace were captured and traced as slaves to the New World. This slave has been subject to brutal treatment, racially, sexually, socially, and politically. As a consequence, they experience various kinds of mental disorder, from mental state to depression. In this harsh situation, music and song are countermeasures in an effort of countering this painful experience. They ease the horrible feeling. They entertain. As a result, the blue music was born. The word song have heard frequently during the hour of daily work of the field among the slaves. They elevate the mood as well as reducing the tension. Most of the songs describe the nightmarish experience of the slave. Normally, they were performed without instrument. Lyrics were spontaneous created at the singer, usually sung by hollering or shouting out among the few slaves. These blue notes later evolved in blue music. Here is the reason why blue music is the representation of misery and sorrow, slave, horror, and the vocal expression of the distress and resentment of life on the field. Moreover, they stand as measure of communication because it was prohibited to talk during the time of work. Work song look like this.
Well, it's long John, long John, he's long gone, long gone, he's long gone, he's long gone, he's long gone, long gone. Well, if I had listened, if I had listened, but the roses.
Okay, and the next. Blue notes have a unique melody in Western musical theory. Their notes could be have classified into types in minor and major scale. Here is in numeral structure 1, flat 3, 4, flat 5, 5, and flat 7. Unique in blue notes could be found in flat 3, flat 5, and flat 7. It sounds like that. The rectangle in the same example represents the blue notes. Moreover, the major blues scale could also give blue melody as the minor scale could. Here is how it is written in numeral structure 1, 2, flat 3, 3, 5, and 6. The rectangle in example represents the blues note. Here are the indicators of blue notes. What it shows in example is an example of the blue note in the first 4 bars of St. Louis Blue, composition by William Christopher Handy, All blue notes are in G major blues scale. And the rectangle in example represent the blues note. Okay, the blues melody had a strong influence on jazz blues, as blue notes have frequently delivered in jazz composition. What it shows in example is the first four measure of Billy Bowles, composition by Charlie Parker, in which blue notes have integrated into F minor blues scale. The rectangle in example represents the blue note that sound like this. Okay, and next, what it shows in example is the basic blues progression interval bar in key of C, comprising of three chords. Tonic is C dominant 7, subdominant is the F dominant 7, and dominant is G dominant 7. In jazz, the concept of performing blue chord is also often used by rewriting the main melody on the concept of blue chord operation, or called the contrafact. It could be summarized that the concept of the inspiration, the contrafact is an adaptation, whether it is in the partially or totally of the original structure, whole creating new melody at the same time. In addition, blue chord operations are also frequently used in jazz music. The sound chord progression sound like this. Oh, sorry. Five and six. Okay, and the next. The three-phrase rhythmic with the basic blue progression, as shown in example, the whole song would be divided into three parts, A, and B phrasing. And the next, one member or one section of the band offer a musical phrase that is like a question. Another member or section of the band then follow it with the new phrase that is like the answer. The example demonstrates the concept of call and response applied for singer and musician. This song is Empty Bed Blue, the song by Bessie Smith and Sharikin, trombonist. So like this.
I woke up this morning with an awful aching head. I woke up this morning with an awful aching head. My new man had left me just a room in a empty bed. Bought me a car.
Okay, and conclusion, in this article, The other has discussed various concepts, turning up time and again in blues music, including blues notes, blues scale, chord progression, phrase, and call and responding. They appear time after time in blues music and have been adopted and applied to all the genres. Additional blues music characteristics such as its depressive tone reflects lack of the freedom. The lyrics are characteristic poetic and could be divided into three parts. The first and the second are repetition. In the third is the conclusion. Chord progression comprised of three notes. The songs are typical 12-bar sequence. Okay. Could I present the next article?
Maybe you have to wait for the questions or comments, maybe.
Okay.
Yes, is there any questions? Maybe I can ask you a question. Can you give us a few examples of artists who have been influenced by blues music?
Blue artist, for example, the blue musician like Ray Charles, you know Ray Charles, and blue guitarists like Robert Johnson, John Lee Hooker, B.B. King, Albert King, and Freddie King. Yes.
Many artists to study over.
Yes.
Okay, so if there is not any questions, shall we move to our next presentation? Is also from Ajahn Jetnipith, and his presentation will be entitled Seek Loop for Small Jazz Ensemble. Please proceed.
อาจารย์คะมีอีกหนึ่งคำถามนะคะก่อนจะ
ครับผม
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
ขอโทษค่ะ
Do you think what is the important thing to study blues?
The blues is important to another genre of music. จะบอกว่าดนตรีเขาเป็นรากฐานของดนตรีอเมริกันทั้งหมดนะครับอาจารย์
Is the foundation of all the American music.
Yeah.
And can you explain more, maybe 2 or 3 sentences? So when you say that the foundation, so many more of jazz type just happen to derive from the blues jazz, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Any more question about his first presentation? Okay, one more. Do you think call and response technique is important for today's music?
Yes. Today, some music is like a concept. จะบอกว่าแนวคิดตรงนี้มันถูกแฝงไปในดนตรีหลายๆสไตล์ครับเพื่อเป็นการสื่อสารระหว่างนักดนตรีกับผู้ร้องหรือว่านักดนตรีกับผู้ฟัง
Okay, maybe the last question from our Dr. Valaiporn. What's the difference between blues and jazz, อาจารย์ Jetnipith? Maybe blues is the subset of jazz. Is that right?
Is the feeling จะต้องขออนุญาตแปลให้อาจารย์ปานใจรบกวนแปลนิดนึงนะครับ นึกคำไม่ออกครับบางทีเนี่ยคอร์ดเหมือนกันเลยครับอาจารย์แต่ว่าเรื่องของ feeling แล้วก็สไตล์เพลงที่เล่นเนี่ยจะเป็นการบ่งบอกว่านี่คือดนตรีบลูหรือนี่คือดนตรีแจ๊ส
The same chord but the feeling maybe blues is more blue ใช่ไหมเศร้ากว่าหรือเปล่า
ด้วยครับอาจารย์ครับก็คือนักดนตรีจะต้องเป็นคนตีความในการบรรเลงลักษณะของดนตรีแจ๊สที่เป็นเอกลักษณ์เช่นการเล่นลักษณะของที่เรียกว่า swing feel ตรงนี้เข้าไป
so the important character of the blues will be the swing feeling, the swing feel. Okay, thank you. So we move to the